live on SuperTalk 99.7 WTN. You know what time it is. It's Renovation Nation time. Yes, it is. Another Saturday. Wow. Hope you enjoyed last week's show. I want to give a big shout out to Mr. Trent Morton for coming up here in Morton's Horticultural Products in McMinnville, Tennessee. Hope you learned something from that, you know. The old Morton mix number 2. That's my favorite. But anyway, I've got...
Hey, while you're speaking about Trent, is he still doing that engraving, routering table stuff?
Well, I'll jump in that right here in a minute.
All right.
Yes, he is. But sitting here, yeah, you already see today, people, I got a guest. Yeah, another one. This is like 5 weeks in a row. The world may end next weekend. It may actually end next weekend. I don't know. But it hadn't ended this one. And you are listening to Renovation Nation, coming at you live from SuperTalk 99.7 WTN. And by the way, if you don't catch a show today live, you can go to any of our social media outlets, you know, YouTube, Facebook, any of that. Just search RTM Roofing. And I want to get a couple things out of the way real quick before I jump right into Mr. Chris Terry, who I have on today. Today we're going to talk about Back to the Strip. It's that time of year again, if I can get that out. And we're doing an early one this time to give a little heads up. You know, we're trying to be proactive, not reactive like I talk about all the time. But I'll go ahead and remind everybody, it's 15% off at RTM Roofing all year long for all retail jobs. All retail. Insurance not included, but it's 15% off if you're a first responder, if you're military, active, retired, Gold Star family. And the cherry on top this year, we put if you're 62 years or older. You get 15% off the top of all retail, roofing, siding, soffit, fascia, gutters, chimney caps, and skylights too. Old Velux skylights, I love them. Love to hate them sometimes, but they're a good product. But you do that by getting your annual inspection to start with this year, and you call RTM Roofing at 615-500-0751, 500-0751, for all your roofing, siding, soffit, fascia, gutters, chimney caps, and skylight needs. Repairs and replacements, again, all retail jobs, not insurance. That's excluded, 15% off. First responders, military, active, retired, doesn't matter what branch, to the Coast Guard, all the way from A to Z, Gold Star families, and anyone over 62. Insurance excluded. Well, I got through all that, so I think I'm going to get on into the good part here. Go introduce, I think it's his third time being here. Yeah, third time. The third annual, I guess it'd be.
There you go.
Mr. Chris Terry, talking Back to the Strip. What number is this year?
14, I think.
Wow. Okay.
The first one was in 2012. So 12.
That's 24, 25. It's going 13.
No, because we actually had it in 12.
Oh, so yeah, it is 14.
It is 14.
It is 14. Yeah, I'm gonna yank my, like I always have to do sometimes. I know the cameras get away from me sometimes and the mics, but anyway, there we go. I can hear better now. So what's like we do with everybody. I know it's your third time here. We got a lot of new listeners. What's your name? Who are you? Where are you from?
Well, let's start with this. When you said 62, you give a discount. Do you realize how close we are to that now?
That's why I gave it. I'm not far from it.
I mean, boys, when I was a kid, I thought 62 was ancient.
That was the word I was literally getting ready to choose.
Ancient.
Yeah, you didn't trust anybody over 30. That was the golden rule.
I'm 8 years from that in April.
I'm a decade. Yep. I've got a dime, as they call it. I got a dime to do, and then I'll be right there. Yeah, it's Kim and I were talking about that the other night. It's wild thinking that now, isn't it?
You remember when you thought your daddy was like an old man,
mm-hmm.
and he was 40?
We were watching Rockford Files the other night. I love watching Rockford Files, and Angel's one of my favorites. You gotta love Angel. You gotta love to hate him. But there was whoever got whacked on the show, older gentleman. And I was looking at it, and I got to look, and I asked Kim, I said, hey, how old do you think he is? She said, in his low 40s. He just got a little bit of gray right there. It was back before everybody was really coloring, especially men. And I was like, that's how I remember everybody growing up. That was the age of the adults, of the old people, of the...
Do you know when I figured out I was old?
I mean, hobbling in here?
Honestly. Well, that too. But I was at church one Sunday, and these kids were there, and they was talking about the old people at church.
Uh-huh.
And I was looking around to see who they was talking about. And it was me.
Yeah, I got nothing for that.
And I was like, okay, I'll own it.
Yep.
I'll own it.
You know, when I realized I was old, when I went back, and I wasn't really that old. I was 33 at the time. I was 32, 33 is when I went back to MTSU to finish my degree. I was the oldest one in the class, including the teacher.
Including the teacher.
Yeah, I had to be the responsible one.
Dude, I thought it was the preacher.
Yeah.
I mean, the preacher is supposed to be an old, hobbled-in guy that's going to preach the sermon to you, and I'm looking up there going...
That's lived for years, seen it all, done it all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's you now, boss.
Yeah.
But anyway, sitting here with Chris Terry, sitting here, live from SuperTalk 99.7 WTN. You listen to Renovation Nation, and we're going to be talking today back to the Strip because Chris comes down. He's one of the original founders of Back to the Strip. And by the way, I'm gonna start this way. Why you tell everybody real quick who are you and where are you from?
My name's Chris Terry, and I'm from McMinnville, Tennessee. Born and raised there. Have no intention of leaving. Went to school at Warren County Senior High School, graduated from there. Mm-hmm. College wasn't my thing. Mm-hmm. Become a truck driver, moseyed on over to bus driving. I'm a entertainer driver for the entertainment business and have, I guess, what you could say the ideal best life.
No, fair enough. I had you said you were born in McMinnville.
I was born right out there at Warren County General Hospital.
I was Murfreesboro. I was born at the hospital's not there anymore, but the original.
Anybody from McMinnville, when I say this, Dr. Smoot.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Yeah. He delivered a lot of people.
He delivered a lot of people in Warren County.
Yes, he did. I remember that name from way back.
Yeah, he had the clinic uptown right between Gibson Insurance and Presbyterian Church.
Yeah. No, you're right.
For years.
That's exactly right. Well, so I do this each time. I've got a little thing I've started. I did it with Trent last time, and because we were sitting here, about
you got a documentary about me?
Oh, well, I do my research now. I do my research.
Lord.
But tell me, let me say that's the wrong piece of paper right here. My vast staff didn't get an order. They're fired.
All right.
But that's not the people. I know I got it right here. So there it is. I was hiding it because I hid it from Trent, too. There we go. All right, now I got it. So,
this is live stuff, boys.
This is live. I'm telling you, there is no pre-production on this. So here we go. Tell me if this rings right or not. If this sounds right. And this is good. This is a nice thing. It's not a bad thing. Don't get worried. I can see you staring.
Nah, I don't care.
Back to the Strip is an annual charity event held in McMinnville, Tennessee, designed to bring the community together in support of a great cause. The event has grown in popularity over the years and typically takes place on the first Saturday of May. The day is filled with a variety of activities that offer something for everyone, including a 5K run walk, a car show, and a block party. The fun-filled event is centered around raising funds for the local Meals on Wheels program, which helps provide nutritious meals to senior citizens in the area. The event helps to raise awareness and funds while encouraging participants to stay active and enjoy the outdoors. What makes Back to the Strip special is not just the fun and activities, but the strong sense of community involvement. Local businesses, families, and volunteers all pitch in to ensure the success of the event, making it a true community effort. Chris Terry, the co-organizer of the event, plays a let me rephrase this. Chris Terry, the co-organizer of the event, plays a crucial role in making it happen each year. I'll second that. Along with the other community leaders such as Mary Lee Walker. Together, they help manage everything from coordinating volunteers to working with sponsors to ensure the event goes smoothly. Over the years, the event has grown significantly, drawing participants from not only McMinnville but surrounding areas, all contributing to the success of the Meals on Wheels program. How does that sound? Was it far off or was it over target?
No, and I'll stress on this that up until this year, mm-hmm. we have been, actually last year, we had been solely Meals on Wheels. Mm-hmm. Last year, we broke away from Meals on Wheels a little bit, and we give them 2 $5,000 gift cards from WDG and Save-A-Lot, which is the 2 parking lots that we occupied during the day. Mm-hmm. And this year, we broke away from Meals on Wheels more, not because we do not support that charity, not that we don't think that's a great one. Meals on Wheels has grown to be a self-supported program that we have raised significant amounts of money for them over the years. Last year, we started a new program that's called the Blessing Program.
Okay, let's jump right into that then. That's okay.
And this year, we're taking the Blessing Program further. We're going to donate all number 10 cans and all industrial size food to Meals on Wheels. All household food that's brought to us, we're going to donate to some ministry that does something for underprivileged people.
The traditional cans, though.
Yeah.
Like your normal 8, 10 ounce, 12, whatever it is,
Yep.
cans of soup or whatever.
What our Blessing Program has done over the past year is we have paid people's light bills, water bills, gas bills, for 6 months. If you get nominated, it's 6 months right off the bat that we'll pay your bills. And that's for the working class citizens. If you have a child or you're involved in an accident, whatever, if you have cancer, whatever that is in your life, no matter what, you are down on income. If you have the best insurance that you could have, you want to break here and we'll start back after the insurance?
I'm just listening. I'm writing down. Now, we are coming up on the break. But no, that's good. I was just curious because I pull this each week on everybody, and he goes to the internet and finds it, and the Blessing is new.
It is new.
It's new. Well, we're sitting here with Chris Terry, live on SuperTalk 99.7 WTN. Come on back, because we're going to be, back to the Strip 2025. See you through. Hey, this is Chad Rowland with RTM Roofing. The warm weather's coming, and so is the rain, the hail, the wind. Is your roof ready? Is it time for your annual inspection? And not just your roof, your siding, your soffit, your fascia, your gutters, your chimney caps, and if you have skylights too. Call RTM Roofing at 615-500-0751, 500-0751, or go to rtmroofing.com. Thanks for watching Renovation Nation. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and share button. And we're back. Back live on SuperTalk 99.7 WTN. You know what time it is? Renovation Nation time. Yes, it is. Another Saturday with a guest here on Renovation Nation. I'm Chad Rowland, owner of RTM Roofing, host of this crazy show. It's a show about, I always joke, it's a show about, it's like a Seinfeld episode. It's a show about nothing until we turn it into something. And today we've got Chris Terry, born, raised, and will probably live there the rest of his life, as he mentioned, from McMinnville, Tennessee. That's my hometown as well, McVegas. We call it McMinnville if you're from there, McMinnville if you're not. But I digress. We're going to sit there and talk Back to the Strip. It's the 14th annual Back to the Strip ride coming up in May. We're going to jump on in and find out the dates and things like that. But we're leaving the last segment talking about that. I gave him a rundown of what AI gave me on his whole summary, and so we're now talking about the Blessing, and they donated for years to Meals on Wheels, and now they're expanding and doing different things, and it's called the Blessing they're doing. And Chris, I'll let you take it back over and go with it.
Well, where I left off is to talk about no matter how good your insurance is only going to get you so far. Trips to Nashville, out of work, whether you have a child sick or you're sick, you're down one income, trying to take care of that. So
yeah,
somebody, most time it's a sponsor of ours, will call in, text us, talk to us in some way, and nominate some person. Back to Strip has grown to where it was just 3 people to where we now have a board of directors, the whole works.
Yeah. Are you well, I think we talked about before. Yeah, the money you raise, you're a Class C3 or whatever.
We're a
all that is.
501c3, and
yeah.
I will tell you all this, and I want this. This is one thing that I'm proudest the most of. Not one person at Back to Strip takes one dime from this. We all volunteer our time. whether from the biggest to the smallest. Nobody draws a paycheck off a back strip at all. Every bit of the money that's raised goes straight to helping families that are in need. This year alone, we have picked up so many corporate sponsors that's
where I was going to get to, is we're doing this early, number one, if there's anybody out there that wants to jump in this year, well, how do they do it?
They can contact Mary Walker at Custom Vinyl Signs at 931-668-3372. You can find me on Facebook. You can find Mary on Facebook. You can message us through Facebook. Now, we're not the quickest to respond to a message on Facebook sometimes if you go to the Backstrip page, because we all have a job.
I'll give you one. They can call RTM Roofing at 615-500-0751, 500-0751, and we'll get the message to you.
There you go.
Or you or Mary or whatever. I've got to still come down there and put my donation in. Thought it might be, waived this year, but no, we're going to give. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I'll speak about this with Chad. Chad started out as a pretty good sponsor each year, and then when he found out what we was doing this year, he just upped his game.
And what are you doing this year? What is different than all the people that do know about this and versus the ones that don't? What is different this year?
The main thing is we're trying to help the middle class working family get through a time that they didn't have scheduled. For like I said, for 6 months, we'll pay your electric bill, your water bill, and your gas bill.
I think what I meant by that is if I'm a business out there and want to donate, what is the categories this year?
Oh,
yeah.
Now you catch me off guard.
No, you're good.
We'll
get on into the
I don't
details.
have my form in front of it. We have all kinds of corporate levels. We have anything from whatever you want to donate. Our main corporate level starts at $5,000, I think. Then it works its way down all the way to $60.
So everywhere in between.
Anywhere in between. We got somewhere for you if you want to donate to the cause.
Well, I'm going to catch you off guard again then. And actually, you'll probably know this answer. Is there anything online that you can go to? Or
as you know, setting up all this stuff, we have not got to where we could set you up online yet.
Well, I mean, where someone can go.
But you can go to McMinnville Back to the Strip on Facebook, and you can see the forums there.
There it is. Yeah.
And then you can contact us off of that web page, or you can dial. Hang on a minute.
You can call Mary Walker.
You can call Mary Walker, or hang on, we got a Back to the Strip phone.
Well, all right. Well, I'll give Mary's number out right now again, just in case there's any businesses out there, and you can be from all over the country. It doesn't matter. You call Mary at 931-668-3372, 931-668-3372, or you call the Back to the Strip phone,
which is 931-314-7771. That's 931-314-7771.
You sound like you've done this before.
Well, I've left a bunch of voicemails.
Yeah, most people just say it once and then go on and then I'll repeat it. But you got the radio voice. You've got the face for radio, brother.
I do have the face for radio. I told you when you said we're going to do a podcast, I went, boy, I got the face for radio, but not the look for it.
Same here. Yeah, no, I just started this the last. I don't know. This is show number 8 that I've done. That I'm just like I'm already doing it here, so why not be like everybody else? It's WTN and put it out on the social media as well.
I mean, I tell you, I drive a bus, so I spend long hours at nighttime, and I'm looking for stuff. And I got introduced to podcasts about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I'd never listened to one.
Yeah.
And
me neither. I wouldn't either. I'm like, what am I going to listen to that for?
I'm not trying to pitch somebody, but I'm pitching Tracy Lawrence's podcast, TL Roadhouse.
I haven't heard that one.
Dude, he does it in a bus. He drives up in his bus. It's either at his farm or at a show, and whoever's opening for him, or if he's opening for somebody, he does a podcast out of his bus, and he has the keyboardist and other people that
he has the vast staff.
He has a staff,
yeah.
Unlike me and you.
Yeah.
That do
you
have
see
to
my
do it
staff?
all.
They're all waving at you. Hey, how you doing?
And dude, I'm telling you, I watch TL Roadhouse. I will turn it on tomorrow night when I leave out tomorrow night to go out, and I'll watch TL Roadhouse the whole time. And there's one more that I just New Heights. It's Jason Kelsey and Travis Kelsey.
Okay. And I think I've seen some of that or heard of that one. I just haven't the Lawrence one, and I'm usually just listening to a Rogan or a Sean Ryan.
I mean,
or
they're great too. Don't get me
direct
wrong.
with no, they're all good. There's like 4 million of them, and
There is.
when you find somebody that's actually, it's not that they're not annoying, whoever it is, right? And there's something that grabs my attention, right?
Well, I'll just tell you, I started searching Jelly Roll on the podcast.
Okay.
Because I'm like a huge Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
If he called me tomorrow, Jelly Roll, I'm just pulling this out here. If you called me tomorrow, I'd be your bus driver. Period.
Hey, you heard that here live on SuperTalk 99.7 Renovation Nation.
I think Jelly Roll is what the world needed.
Yeah.
When I say the world needed, I'm talking about he's a guy that was down on his luck. He's done everything world, and he changed his whole life, and he gives people hope.
Yeah.
And
he's authentic. It's 100% authentic.
He's 100% authentic.
He's been there.
And then on top of everything else, he went, you know what, I might have a lot of money, but I'm going to help a whole lot of people.
You know that guy's helping people you don't even hear about. It's one thing when you hear about stuff, right? I mean, we're talking back to the Strip today.
Yep.
And that needs to be promoted. People need to know where the money's going. It's going to, the blessing going to help. Well, you're going to donate any of the large canned food, you said the number 10 cans, to Meals on Wheels.
Hey, and another thing about the Meals on Wheels program, if Meals on Wheels it was struggling or is struggling and needs money, all they have to do is submit a form to us. We'll review it.
Yeah.
We'll check everything, make sure that they need money, and we'll donate money to them too. Yeah. It's not like that we've cut them out of our life. They was just at a financial statement that we figured we could help more people with what we was doing.
Well, you guys have grown. This is year 14, not 4, not 3, not 1.
You know who taught me what the word annual and inaugural was?
Okay, go ahead.
Rob Nunnally.
That doesn't surprise me.
For y'all that know this, if y'all are starting an event, there is no such thing as the first annual.
My wife taught me that.
It's the inaugural.
Yes, it is the inaugural. That's 100% right. And like I said, Kim will. She's going to sit.
Number 2's annual.
You know what you just did. I just got a I told you so when I get back in today. She's like, I told you it's that first annual and then the inaugural.
No,
right? No,
first inaugural
and then annual. See, I'm already doing. Well, we're sitting here with Chris Terry live on SuperTalk 99.7 WTN. Remember to get your roof inspected annually. Call RTM Roofing, and I'll let you know how when you get back. See you in 3. Hey, this is Chad Rowland with RTM Roofing. The warm weather's coming, and so is the rain, the hail, the wind. Is your roof ready? Is it time for your annual inspection? And not just your roof, your siding, your soffit, your fascia, your gutters, your chimney caps, and if you have skylights too. Call RTM Roofing at 615-500-0751, 500-0751, or go to rtmroofing.com. Thanks for watching Renovation Nation. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and share button. And you know we're back live on SuperTalk 99.7 WTN. You know what time it is? It's Renovation Nation time. Yes, it is. And today, if you're just tuning in, and you've missed the first couple segments, you can listen again tonight from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. for the encore, because we got Chris Terry talking back to the Strip, and that's McMinnville Strip in McMinnville, Tennessee, by the way. I keep saying just back to the Strip, and that could sound a little wild.
I don't know why you keep saying McMinnville. It's McMinnville.
It's McDonald's. It's not McDonald's.
It is McMinnville.
Yeah, okay. I'm a McMinnville.
It's kind of like Smiffle. There's no F in Smiffle, but it's Smiffle.
And there's no LB in shovel. It's just a shovel. But if you're from here, you get it. There's a lot of, so many people have moved in. But and for all new listeners, as I was mentioning, you get the app on the go, the 997 app. And if you miss the show entirety and catch this at the last second and can't, at 10 p.m. on Saturday, you can go to any of our social media sites, RTM Roofing sites, our Facebook, our Instagram, X, LinkedIn, all that good stuff. Just Google RTM Roofing Nashville, and you can go and watch this, watch the video version of this if you don't mind a scary movie. So,
wow.
But yeah, it's I'm talking about
I wore a nice hoodie.
I like the back of the Strip. Do you see the little card? I got that for you guys last year. I'm sure you sent them out to everybody. It wasn't anything special, but nevertheless, I love it. You know what it reminds me of?
Well, that's what that is. Rob come up with that.
Yep.
And it was our biggest selling shirt to date.
And that was 2020. Is that the last year's? No, last
That's
year's had the
20
Star Wars.
It
had the
did.
Star Wars
had
thing.
Star Wars. It was May 4th last year.
Yeah,
So the force be with you.
Okay, so let's jump on in here. But let me do one thing real quick. If it's time for you, because I forgot to last time, if it's time for your annual roof inspection, and those of you listen to the show, the new ones, know it's time for your annual roof inspection. Be proactive, not reactive. Call RTM Roofing at 615-500-0751, 500-0751, or go to rtmroofing.com. It's still in the work progress. We're going to have it out here in the next about 1 to 2 weeks. It's looking good. New website's coming.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a hard thing to do.
I don't want to talk about it either because it's going to be, I don't want to give them any of my competition any ideas. It's good. But for all your roofing, siding, soffit fascia, gutters, chimney caps, Velux skylights, we're the only company in Middle Tennessee allowed to do warranty work for Velux. And by the way, we've not had any warranty work in the last 4 months. So that's a good sign for Velux skylights, if you know what I'm saying. But should you have it, we are the Velux repair people should something happen. Sponsored through Velux. But yeah, that's all I'm going to go to. Yeah, call RTM Roofing need. Let's get back to the strip here. And, okay, Chris, I got one thing. I know we were talking about something we were leaving the air there a minute ago, but the question I've got is, in your words, what's been the community impact? What have you seen, or you ain't got to get specific, but just what you got to tell you.
I will get specific
Okay.
about community impact. So every year we try to walk up to BLTV, and they do a live broadcast from the start of the strip to the end of the strip. And we try to walk up there and get interviewed because they want us to.
Is that a local?
That's been Loman TV.
Okay.
And they're in your area. They're covered to a whole bunch of Middle Tennessee. And this just stands out in my head every time I go back to the strip. Here's a little old lady that they have got up out of a chair, and she's on her walker, and she's walking over in her walker to get back in the car. But yet she come out to sit in a chair, to sit on the sidewalk of back to strip, because it brought her back memories from when she rode the strip. Because
Wow.
if you don't know what back to the strip is, actually,
fire away. Give
back
that
to
story.
strip, when me and Chad was kids, and then younger than that, the strip was the place to go.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have cell phones. You didn't have communication.
It was
you
a
had
2-lane then.
It was 2-lane out past the end of it. It actually changed from a 2-lane the whole way, like in the mid '80s, early '80s.
Yeah, that's right.
But
So the outdoor shop was the turnaround
Yep.
back in the original days.
if I tried to call Chad Rowland on a Friday night, his daddy might be on the phone, and the phone line stayed busy for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. Or that was me talking because I wasn't out.
Whichever one.
Whichever one did, right?
Whichever one.
Yeah.
It was pre-call waiting. It was
Yes.
pre-cell phone. It was pre-anything. So you knew that if you went to the strip, you would find your buddies.
Mm-hmm.
Every road, if you don't know this, Chad, I'm going to teach you something right now.
Fire away.
If you think about the main strip,
Mm-hmm.
and you think about every business on the strip, it has a back entrance to it
It does.
for a reason.
Because of the strip, because you couldn't get up and down within at times hours.
An hour.
Hour and a half at times, depending on what was going on.
You go down there to the village, turn through the 10 pin, come back out, stop at Moore's, which is now Yugo, which used to be the reason why 10 Pin Market, in case y'all don't know this, 10 Pin Market was named 10 Pin Market because where Moore's Building Supply used to be at, where Yugo's at now,
was a bowling alley.
was a bowling alley.
Before it moved over to where the
Yes.
is it
Or
still over there at the plaza
yep,
or
yep,
that
it's
other
it's
side?
Pioneer Lane's over
Yeah.
there now.
Yeah.
So you turned out there and you'd stand still in traffic and ease up the road, and it took you about an hour to make that lap.
Mm-hmm.
So Back to the Strip brought that back by a joke Facebook post that, hey, we're going to go show these youngins what it's like to ride the strip.
And that's how we're going to get Mike Grissom to Congress.
Nah, you'll never get Mike Grissom to Congress.
We're going to get him to Congress. I think we're going to get him. Keep
You
going.
can't
though.
e-
I had to throw
you,
that in
you
there.
can't even get him to shoot a deer.
I know. Well, he loves 3-pointers, though.
But now I will say this about Mike, though.
Uh-oh.
Mike married Chelsea, and if he got her, there's probably a good chance he'll get congressman.
He's got hope. Is that
He's
what you're
got
saying?
hope.
He's got hope.
He's got
There's
hope.
a chance.
There's
so
a
you're
chance.
saying there's a chance.
There's a chance. There's a chance.
No, go ahead. So the back. So people like, Mike had old wintergreen back in the day.
He did.
The 44s on it. And everybody riding the strip, it was all about the tinted windows, your trucks, cars.
It didn't matter if
radios.
you had air conditioner or not. You rode your window up in 90-degree night.
You mean you rolled it down?
No.
Oh, for the tent.
You rolled it up.
Yeah.
You opened your little vent window up. Kids, y'all don't know what that is because old vehicles had vent windows.
That was the air conditioning. What that was.
That was air conditioning.
That's right.
And you rode around, and I think that's what Back to the Strip has done for the community, except for helping people, is it brought one night that everybody could come out and they could relive their childhood.
Yeah. And some people they've not seen, even though they live in the same town, you'll see people you've not seen in years.
I don't think that Back to the Strip is a special event, and I don't mean that being negatory towards it. Hit the reason why it done what it done is because it hit every age group.
100%. Yeah, all the way to us old people
and
older.
And you don't. And here's the thing about Back Strip. Back Strip is driven towards nice cars. Do not get me wrong.
Well, that's what it was about.
It's driven to clean your car up, armor all your tires, and bring it out and show it out.
The strip and yeah.
But you be in your minivan. If you're proud of it, we're proud of it too.
Well, some people got to. They got 8 kids now.
And look, it took me a long time doing Back Strip to understand that a person in a $600 car is just as proud as a person in their $60,000 car.
Yeah. What's no different than growing up? Some people had nice cars. Some people just had a car. It beats walking.
Beats walking.
Beats walking. And I was about to tell you the story, and I'm it's always when I'm recording that I space on names. Anna Harvey.
Yeah.
Anna Harvey. I was walking home one day from, I think it was, I don't know where I was walking from. It wasn't West Elementary. It might have been William Biles. I might have been walking home from Northside or junior high for all I remember. But I remember she was driving. I was right there before the old bridge in Westwood, that they're taking down now. Yep. And I was coming down towards the bridge from Hardee's, and she drove by, went down that little old gas station that was right there on the left of the bridge, turned around, came back up, and picked me up. And she said, I used to walk everywhere, and now that I'm driving, I'm not going to let anybody walk if I see them walking. And she drove me on up into to my grandparents' house up there in Westwood, and I'll never forget that. I
need amazing at how some things you completely remember and some things that happen that people can tell you. And I'm going to go off kilter here for a second. So this year, personally, to me, I'm going to dedicate this year to my friend that lost his life last week, Philip Parton.
I heard about that.
I'm going to dedicate from Chris Terry this year Back to the Strip from me. I can't speak for the other board members, but this year I'm dedicating what I do in memory of my childhood friend. I met him when I was 3. Been friends our whole life. But me and him, now Chad, I'm going to throw you back right here.
Go ahead. I'm strapped in over
here. Me
and
him and James Sexton.
Okay.
Modeled clothes. Now y'all can see me, unfortunately. And why goodies needed us to model 501 jeans with button fly shirts on.
What year is this?
91-ish, 2-ish.
Okay, so you're already out of high school.
Out of high school.
Okay, all right. I'm
91-ish, 2-ish.
Mm-hmm.
James comes up to the funeral and he's telling me about this picture. And I said, dude, I'm going to have to see a picture. I don't remember this.
Yeah.
I seen the picture. I have no memory of it at all. But it's like the most precious memory of me and James and Philip standing on that, that
little platform
in the middle of the mall.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
And we're modeling clothes. And I'm like, okay, but I can remember something else. And why I can't remember this. But the moral of that is you remember about Honor picking you up.
I'll never forget that. And I didn't mind walking. It sucked to walk, but hey, you do what you got to do. I think it was junior high. I think I was in 7th, 8th, or 9th grade, and she was, 10th, 11th.
Goodies was desperate that day when they had me model clothes.
Well, you just gave Mike Grissom ammo. Mike Grissom's liable to come back on you on that.
Oh, he's done seen the picture.
Oh, of course.
And if y'all have not seen the picture on Facebook of Lynn Cantrell picking up Mike Grissom and making Mike Grissom look like Jeff Dunham and Walter, have you not seen it?
No, I don't think I have.
Oh, I've got it.
Anything I can get on Mike. That's the new rule. I told him a while back. He sent me something and got me. I'm like, you know what you just did.
Oh yeah, open up put gasoline on the fire.
The Pandora's box has been opened and there's no closing it.
I feel the same way.
Well, you're listening. We're sitting here with Chris Terry. We're talking Back to the Strip in McMinnville, Tennessee, coming up in May. We're going to let you know the dates when we get back and how you can also donate, sponsor, or just be a part of it and come ride the Strip. It was great good times in McMinnville, Tennessee this May. Well, come on back. You're listening to Renovation Nation. Hey, this is Chad Rowland with RTM Roofing. The warm weather's coming, and so is the rain, the hail, the wind. Is your roof ready? Is it time for your annual inspection? And not just your roof, your siding, your soffit, your fascia, your gutters, your chimney caps, and if you have skylights too. Call RTM Roofing at 615-500-0751, 500-0751, or go to rtmroofing.com. Thanks for watching Renovation Nation. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and share button. And you know we're back live on SuperTalk 99.7 WTN. You know what time it is. It's Renovation Nation time. Yes, it is. I'm going to go ahead and keep talking while the music's playing and not let it drag out like I normally would, because we're talking Back to the Strip today. And no, we're not going to Nashville. We're going to McMinnville, Tennessee to May. And by the way, it's May 3rd this year we're going to talk about.
Where would you went if you went to Nashville?
I can't. The mic don't work.
It don't work.
I'm sorry, it don't work. It's ancient history is what that is.
We had a long talk about that Friday night.
Nashville back in the day, it was the mix factory in the early 90s.
Or
mid-90s.
Or Graham Central Station.
It's Graham Central, 100%.
Graham Central Station was 4 floors.
Yes. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
Boy, you had everything you wanted there.
You know, looking at Nashville now, I love it. It's really nice, but I don't. It's so crazy there. I would live there now, which that's what we wanted in the 90s, right? That's what everybody wants. It wasn't there, right? You either went to Lower Broad or a couple clubs, Ace Factory, Exit Inn. I mean, the Mix Factory and the Exit Inn, and a couple things, but there wasn't what it is now. The first concert that I went to down there when Nashville is Nashville now. Uh-oh.
And we pull up to turn left at the Ryman beside a Tootsie's. Mm-hmm. And they've got the whole street shut down.
Who was it?
We went to see, of all people, Jake Owen.
Okay.
And I was like, man, I can see Jake Owen at Pates Ford. Mm-hmm. But let me tell you something. Jake, if you're listening, you put on one heck of a concert.
Hey, I tell you something. There's a difference between doing a gig and a few people are there. You know what I mean? You're still good.
Yep.
You're still good. And then doing a gig, we were talking about this other Sparky. And then all of a sudden a crowd there, and you're seeing a $10,000 show right in front of you.
Do you know what impressed me the most about Jake Owen that night?
What's that?
Is he introduced his opening acts and told why they were there.
That's awesome.
Not some guy come out and speak about them. Not an intro.
Yeah, like we can't mention them because that's going to be. We're here about us.
He walked out on stage, stood side stage, told about Larry Fleet and whoever his other opening act was, and
Larry's great.
Larry's great.
You know who plays bass for Larry? Eric Brown.
Really?
The bass player from Janie Gray. Him and Larry, best buddies. They're the ones we're doing. I had Eric on the show. We talked how it even got started.
People are sleeping on Larry Flint.
He's doing the Caverns here again in May. Again, it's not the 1st of May. It's like May 15th. 16th.
You know what he was prior to being what he is now? Concrete.
And Eric, him and his dad had their aquarium shop and did other landscaping or things like that. But it was aquarium. It was all fit. That. And you know how they got started? Or at least from what Eric was telling me, the real point is Eric needed some drywall. He was doing drywall. He was renovating his house. And Larry needed some tires. So, they've been playing music for years, but much like all of us, time gets by. You still do it, but you're like, hey, I got to get a job and make real money, And all of a sudden, they started doing Riders Nights. And then there's a whole other story. Larry was playing a wedding and someone was there.
Was.
What are you doing there?
That's how Jake Owens found him, as he's playing a wedding.
And is that who found him?
He found him.
Okay, I know eventually, next thing you know, they're out after a little while. This is a couple years, going, not long.
Yep.
I looked at Eric and I said, wow, that was overnight success, wasn't it? And we just laughed because this started in the late 80s, early 90s. If you really
I know we're going plumb off course.
But we're talking back to the Strip. We're talking rock and roll too.
But this is such a great story. Is that Jake Owens at a party one night at his house, and he calls Larry and says, "Hey man, I really want to meet you." Said, I was at this wedding. I was this. Said, "Could you come to this party?" And he said, "Sure." Well, Jake lives other side of Chattanooga. I mean, Larry lives the other side of Chattanooga.
Yeah. So did Eric. I mean, when I moved out here, Eric, I was texting Eric going, "Hey, I'm close to you now."
Jake lives in Nashville.
Yeah.
So like hours go by, and he hadn't showed up. And he calls him. He said, "Dude, I thought you'd come to this party." He said, "I am coming." He said, "I just haven't got there yet." He said, "Where you come from?" He said, "Other side of Chattanooga."
Yeah.
And he went, "What?"
Like Ottawa or something like that. Like,
But I mean, if Jake Owen called me tomorrow night and said, "Hey, dude, I want you to drive my bus,"
hey, people have a problem with. We're sitting there with Chris Terry. We're talking back the strip, May 3rd, and let me say this first before I get on back into that if you're a business, if you're a person, if you want to donate, if you want your name on a banner, if you want all kinds of different things that go with back the strip, well, call 931-668-3372, 931-668-3372, and Miss Mary will answer, and you'll get all your information. Or you can call the back of the strip number at 931-314-7771, and that's probably a better one because Mary probably gets calls all day because she's running a business.
she does.
I understand that. But again, that's 931-314-7771, and you can find out how to donate, and it's May 3rd, and that's all kinds of good stuff. But I want to get that out there. But I want to get back to this real quick. That I got Eric. Next thing I know, I'm seeing them. They're opening for Morgan Wallen. The largest tour of the year that year. They're not the headliner, but they're the opening act. And they've done Europe. I was mentioning the other day, and I forgot where they're at. They're on the other side of Europe or whatever. But at the same point in time, I got to adjust the lights in here. I've noticed it's the time change just hit me. But no, I'm so happy for him and proud of him, and it just shows you never give up. You're going to do what you're going to do, and then when the time's right, it'll be right, and you're either ready or you're not.
So I'm like, if you had told me at the position I was going to be in today that I could pick my phone up and I could call like multiple 90s country acts, personal cell phone numbers, I'd have looked at Chad Rowe and went, whatever. You're crazy.
No, I get it. And it's, well, you know why? You know why it's this easy or why you can do that, right? Because we're daggum old.
Yeah, we're old.
I used to wonder. My dad, when he moved down to Nashville and took Rotec Computer Training Institute down here, Roland's Computer Training Institute, ended up calling it Rotec, that I was working for him in my early 20s, 20 to 21, 22, whatever, and he'd know everybody. We'd be whatever. He'd know everybody. I'm like, how do you know everybody? How do you do that? Now, I'll go out, and I know a lot of people. I'm like, oh, crap. You just got to be around long enough. If your memory's halfway decent, you'll remember a lot of people. You might not remember the names, but I'll be like,
I can tell you there's two surreal moments in my life. Now, don't get me wrong. I got my start with a guy who left Confederate Railroad. Then I got to drive for Confederate Railroad, and I was sitting there going.
That was early 2000s, wasn't it?
Yeah. I'm sitting here driving for Danny Shirley, who sings Trashy Women, and Daddy Never Was Cadillac Kind, and I'm like, are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah.
And then I get the opportunity to drive for Exile.
Mm-hmm.
I want to kiss you all over. And I'm like, seriously? And then John Anderson.
I was about to say Swinging. I remember that in Northside.
Yeah.
I remember that at Northside.
We pulled out of his place down there. We're driving down the road. John comes up to the front of the bus, says something to me, goes to the back of the bus, and I'm sitting there and I'm going, I'm literally driving John Anderson. I rode the strip listening to Seminole Wind and 1959. And
it's surreal, isn't it?
It's surreal. It is like, I've been out. I have been so blessed that I will stress this above anything that I can teach any young person. Far be back to the strip, far be anything you got. Find religion.
Mm-hmm.
And find a job that you love.
That's it. You'll never work a day in your life.
Because if you find a job that you love, your life will be better. Because if you hate your job, you're going to hate your life.
It doesn't matter how much money you're making. If you hate it, you hate it. Trust me, I've been there. I've been, not really with a lot of money, but I've hated my jobs before, and I finally found one I like.
I feel the same way. I've made good money. I've made bad money. I've hated my job. I love my job. I absolutely love my job right now, and I can tell any young person right now, I give you any advice in the world, is find God and find a good job.
And don't stop. Even if you get a job, you gotta have a job, but then if you don't like it, start prepping for another job and move on. Don't be afraid to get
It's easier to find a job with a job.
Paradigm paralysis. I learned that word today. Paradigm paralysis is where people get locked in their own paradigm and never get out of it, and they hate it.
Oh.
They're stuck in a rut and they'll stay in it's paradigm, but I'll call it analysis paralysis, but hey, there's another whole story we can talk about, but we're talking to Chris Terry.
May
back to the
3rd.
Strip, May 3rd, and he's going to be back on. He's going to be back on before all this kicks off, but if you need to get a hold of him, search Back to the Strip on, just Google it, Back to the Strip, McMinnville, Tennessee. Well, who we going to have next week? Thanks, Chris, for coming, by the way.
You're welcome.
Glad we did proactive on
I
this.
appreciate you having me.
You got it, man. Anytime. You know you're always welcome. We'll get Mike Grissom from Congress in here. We'll have a big old thing.
Nope.
But anyways, we'll see you next week. Hey, this is Chad Rowland with RTM Roofing. The warm weather's coming, and so is the rain, the hail, the wind. Is your roof ready? Is it time for your annual inspection? And not just your roof. Your siding, your soffit, your fascia, your gutters, your chimney caps, and if you have skylights too. Call RTM Roofing at 615-500-0751, 500-0751, or go to rtmroofing.com. Thanks for watching Renovation Nation. Hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and share button.